Stop! Wait. You need to be doing fractals in 2023. The safety of your entire wallet depends on it. Hey friends, welcome back. Fractals are the base, the rock, the foundation on which my entire Guild Wars 2 gold farming is built. If I'm ever in need of some quick gold and can't be bothered farming on the trading post, or don't want to craft anything for profit, fractals are almost always my go-to method of gold farming. The amount of gold that you can expect naturally varies a little bit over time. However, as a ballpark, you can expect around about 30 to 40 gold an hour just from doing fractals each day. However, gold alone is not the only reason you should be doing fractals. So today, we're going to be going through some of the other reasons why fractals should be one of your priorities this year. So fractals consist of 21 unique dungeons and encounters that are split across 100 different difficulty levels. As you increase in difficulty levels, each fractal subsequently gets that little bit harder. There are also 3 challenge mode fractals on levels 98, 99 and 100 that are more or less just harder versions of the base fractals. But also, these happen to be much more rewarding and should definitely be on your radar to try and incorporate into your gold farming routine as soon as you can. As a regular player, a lot of your gold likely comes from selling materials that drop from the events that you complete. However, a lot of these materials aren't worth as much as they used to be. One of the reasons is that there aren't enough material sinks to actually pull these materials out of the game and convert them into items so they can no longer be sold. What this means is, rather than the cost of materials inflating, which often happens in different MMOs, as well as what we're all getting slapped by in the real world today, what's actually happening is that the cost of materials is going down. This sounds good on paper if you're trying to make your next legendary weapon. However, for most people, this means that open world farming is nowhere near as lucrative as it used to be. I'll include a link in the description below, which will include a much better explanation for what's going on with material prices at the moment. But don't worry, fractals are here to save you with their copious amounts of liquid gold that they churn out day after day. Outside of the raw liquid gold, fractals are an amazing source of ascended and best in slot gear. Not only that, you also have an amazing legendary back piece to work your way towards. And to top it off, you've got these sweet titles to flex your superiority in front of all your friends. As well as fractals being rewarding, they're also very time efficient to do. Once you're reasonably experienced, a full run of challenge mode and T4 fractals can be done in around about an hour or so. Not only are they fast, they're also very engaging content, at least I think so. So if you're busy and don't have a lot of time to play each day, I think it's a great choice to do something that is not only very rewarding gold-wise, but is also super engaging to play, so you can generate a few more wrinkles on that brain. Combined with how fast fractals can actually be completed, they're also a very popular area of endgame content, so it's not going to take you a long time to find groups. I usually play in the evenings in Australia, so I'm well and truly in the off-peak times for Guild Wars 2. Despite this, it never takes me more than a few minutes to try and form an entire group of fractals, even if I'm doing it from scratch. And unlike trying to organise a group for raids and strike missions, you only have to wrangle 5 people, which is significantly easier than trying to do it for 10. Fractals are also a great place to experiment with your class and test out lots of different skill variations and builds. Before taking a class to raids, I'll quite often run it through some fractals to try and get a feel for it. Great thing about fractals, they're fast, they're varied, you're going to be encountering a lot of different mechanics at any point, so it's going to give you lots of room to experiment with different traits, skills and weapons. I always find that if you mess around and tinker with your class a lot, you're going to be a much better player in the long run, which overall I think makes this game far more fun to play. You don't have to be an absolute top tier player, however, the act of slowly getting better at your class day in, day out, I think is one of the most enjoyable things you can actually do in the game, and it's one of the reasons I've been playing this game on and off for the last 10 years. One of the more subtle benefits here is that you can find out very quickly how most groups in endgame PvE are structured. The formation of 1 healer, 1 quickness, 1 alacrity, these will generally be combined somewhat, and then filling out the rest with DPS is going to be what most groups are based around in endgame PvE content. I always find this to be a fantastic introduction into group compositions for raids and strikes. Just take what you do in fractals and then double it. This is going to make it so much easier for you to form your own groups in endgame content, which in turn will make your overall playtime so much more efficient, but also make your gold farming that little bit more efficient as well. I've been playing Guild Wars for years, and fractals have almost always been a part of my daily routine, and I do not see that changing in 2023.